Hi everyone, welcome to this tutorial on creating and customizing buttons in Adobe InDesign. First, make sure you have your InDesign document open. First, launch InDesign and create a new document. Make sure to set the intent to Web. For example, I'm using A4 size, but you can choose any size that suits your needs. Go to Window, Workspace, Interactive for PDF to show all the interactive panels. Open Buttons and Forms panel from Window, Interactive, Buttons and Forms. Now let's convert an object into a button. You can use any shape, image, or text frame. Draw or select an object, such as a rectangle or a text frame, to design your button based on your preferred style. Alternatively, you can use a pre-designed button template if you prefer. For example, I'll create a simple button design here. You can customize it further based on your own style and preferences. I'm designing a simple Next Page button. You can use a shape like a rectangle or a rounded box, add text such as Next or an arrow icon, and style it as you like. This button will later be set to navigate to the next page in your interactive document. I'm grouping the text with the shape to combine them into a single button element. This helps keep the design intact and makes it easier to apply interactivity later. With the object selected, go to the Buttons and Forms panel. From the Type drop-down menu, choose Button. Name your button for easier reference. Example, Next Page button. If you prefer to use sample buttons and forms, click the hamburger icon, 3 lines, at the top right of the Buttons and Forms panel. Then, simply drag any sample you like into your document page. Now that you have a button, let's assign an action to it. I have converted several objects into interactive buttons within my design sample. The first button has been renamed Next Page button. For the second button, I inserted a PNG image and converted it into a button labeled YouTube Chopper button. On the following page, I added 2 more buttons. The third is named Zorro Missing button, and the fourth is labeled Zorro Sleeping button. Now, let's get ready to assign some actions to our buttons. Under the Event drop-down in the Buttons and Forms panel, you'll find a list of available trigger options. Under the Actions section, there are a wide range of interactive features you can explore. Please refer to eNote later. Let's begin with the first button. For this example, we'll assign the action, Go to Next Page. This action allows the user to navigate forward through the document when the button is clicked. Next, assign Go to URL for the second button. This allows the button to open a web page when clicked. Simply enter the full URL, such as a YouTube link or any external website, into the URL field provided in the panel. Here, I open YouTube and find a sample video. Then, I copy the link and paste it into the URL field. On the next page, skip the third button and we'll go to the fourth button, named Zorro Sleeping. I want this button to be hidden initially and only appear when triggered later by another action. Just click Hidden until triggered, to make the Zorro Sleeping button invisible at first. Then, for the third button, I want it to be clicked later to make the Zorro Sleeping button appear. So, assign the action Show, Hide Buttons and Forms. Then, click on the visibility icon until the eye symbol appears. This means the button will be shown when the action is triggered. This part can be tricky if you haven't renamed your buttons properly. So, make sure you're assigning the action to the correct button when setting it to show or hide. That's it. Now you can preview the button. Open the EPUB Interactivity Preview panel. Set it to Preview Document mode, and click Play to test how the button works. Let's start by testing the YouTube button. Click it to check if it opens the correct video link in your browser. Now, check the Next Page button. Next, click the Zorro Missing button and check if it successfully triggers the hidden Zorro Sleeping button to appear. Next step is designing button states. Under Appearance, you'll see 3 states available: Normal, Rollover, and Click. Right now, the button is set to the normal state. Let's try activating the rollover state to create a hover effect. After activating the state, you can start customizing your button design. This includes changing the fill color, drop shadow, or text formatting. You can even insert a different image for the state if desired. Here, I've changed the button color to red for the rollover state. Since the button was grouped earlier, make sure to double-click the group to edit the design inside. Make sure to double-click the text as well, since it was grouped earlier. I've changed the text color to white for better contrast in the rollover state. You can switch back to the normal state to see the contrast between the different button states. Now, let's activate the click state to customize how the button looks when it's being pressed. I'm changing the button color to green for the click state, and setting the text color to dark blue to match the pressed effect. Now, let's test the button in EPUB Interactivity Preview. Open the panel, don't forget to select Preview Document mode, and then click Play to see the button states in action. See how the button changes to red when I roll the cursor over it? That's the rollover state in action. It turns green when I click the button. This shows the click state working as expected. Now, let's try changing the image. While in the rollover state, just double-click the button to enter edit mode. Then, replace the existing image by placing a new one from your file. Select the image, and position it within the button. Now, click EPUB Interactivity Preview, and you'll see the image changes when you hover over the button. Next, let's change the text formatting and add a shadow to the button to enhance its visual appearance. First, activate the rollover state. Then, double-click the button and select the text. From there, you can change the font, size, style, or any formatting you like. Next, click the button shape, go to the Effects panel, and choose Drop Shadow to apply a shadow effect to the button. Finally, click EPUB Interactivity Preview to see the updated button with the new text formatting and drop shadow in action.